Hello scholars, today we are starting chapter number 14, The Great Indians. Reading about the lives of great people is always amazing. We can learn about their great work. There are so many people in our country who have contributed great things in the different fields of life. A few great people from the field of medicine, literature, education, music, science, and arts have been chosen. Let us know about them. Sushruta and Charaka. The oldest Indian text, Atharva Veda, deals with the medicines, diseases, and their treatments. Later, two famous works in medicine were written in the Sushruta Samhita and the Charaka Samhita. These were written by Sushruta, a surgeon, and Charaka, a physician during ancient age. Sushruta is called the father of plastic surgery. He was an expert in removing stones from the kidneys and the bladder, treating fractures and performing eye operations to remove cataract. He also knew about hundreds of medicinal plants and how they could be used to treat different diseases. Charaka. Charaka lived about 2000 years ago. In his book, he described the diagnosis and treatment of many diseases. He described in detail the various stages through which food passes before being fully digested. He stressed on the importance of hygiene in the treatment of diseases. Charaka also knew the medicinal properties of many plants. In his book Charaka Samhita, he also listed the responsibilities of a doctor and how he should conduct himself with his patients. Now, let us learn about a great musician, Tansen. Akbar, the famous Mughal emperor, had 9 great people in his court. They were called the Navratans, 9 gems. Tansen was one of them. He was the greatest singer, musician of that time. Tansen originally belonged to Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. When he was a young boy, he greatly impressed with Swami Haridas, who was a saint singer of Vrindavan. It was Swami Haridas who taught Tansen the music. Tansen developed a new style of his own by combining the Indian and the Persian styles of music. He composed many rags which were to be sung at different times of the day. Among them were Rag Malhar and Rag Deepak. It is said that when Tansen sang Rag Deepak, the diyas, that is lamps, in the royal court would light up on their own. Singing Rag Malhar is believed to have had the power to cause rainfall. Now, let us know about Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore was a poet, writer, musician, and philosopher. He was born in 1861 in Calcutta, which is now known as Kolkata. Music was an integral part of the Tagore family. Tagore too liked poetry and music. When he was just 15 years of age, he surprised everyone by writing his first poem, Banful. It was later published in a magazine. Rabindranath had a keen interest in the folk music of Bengal. It was used in many of his songs. Our national anthem, Jan Gan Man, was composed by him. Tagore wrote nearly 50 books and more than 3,000 poems. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913 for his book Gitanjali. He was also knighted by the English government in 1915. However, he returned this honor in protest against the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Tagore was a great educationist. He founded a school, Shanti Niketan, in West Bengal, which is now famous as Vishwa Bharati. Let us learn about Kalidas. Historians are not very sure about the exact dates when Kalidas lived. What we are sure of, however, is that Kalidas was a great poet and dramatist. We know this because we have records of his writings. Kalidas may have been one of the 9 gems in the court of the king Chandragupta II, who was also known as Vikramaditya. This king had 9 very clever people at his court. These people were skilled in various subjects and the king was their patron. Kalidas wrote many plays and poems. He wrote in Sanskrit. Some of his poems are called Mahakavya. Mahakavya means great poem. A Mahakavya had to contain descriptions of war, nature, and politics. The best known of these poems are Raghuvansha, Kumar Sambhava, and Meghdut. The best known of Kalidas plays is Abhijana Shakuntalam. In this play and Kalidas' other works, there are grand descriptions of nature. Through his writings, we know that he must have been a genius. Kabir, a great social reformer and poet. Kabir is perhaps the best known and most respected name in India. Hindus as well as Muslims and Sikhs think very highly of this great man. They all call him a religious reformer. Religious reformer means a person who brings changes in religions. Many people call Kabir the father of Hindi literature because of the great amount of good poetry that he wrote. He was the champion of Hindu-Muslim unity. Kabir lived about 500 years ago in Varanasi. We do not know for sure whether he was born into a Hindu or a Muslim family, but he knew all about both religions. He was poor and did not know how to read and write. He grew up to be a saintly person. Kabir composed hundreds of dohas or couplets. He also composed many songs. He tried to show through his poems that Ram and Rahim are the same. There is only one God and you can call him by whatever name you like. Kabir made fun of people who pretended to be religious but who had no real love in their hearts. Another great Indian, Ashoka. Ashoka occupies an important place in the history of India. He is regarded as one of the greatest rulers of India. He was a great conqueror, but he gave up fighting once for all. Ashoka raised Buddhism from a local sect to a world religion. Ashoka followed the policy of religious tolerance. He taught the world that one should not only love his own religion but also respect the other religions. Not only this, Ashoka gave the best administration to his subjects, that is, the people. He treated all his subjects like his own children and was always ready to serve them, not for men alone, but for animals too. Hospitals were opened, wells were dug, and shady trees were grown in large numbers. In fact, there was all around development in Ashoka's reign. Now, let us learn about a great scientist of India, Sir C.V. Raman. Chandrasekhara Venkata Raman was one of India's great scientists in recent times. He was born in a small village near Tiruchirappalli in Tamil Nadu on 7th November 1888. Soon after he was born, his family moved to Vishakhapatnam. When he was just 12 years of age, he completed his matriculation and went to Madras. Venkata Raman had keen interest in science. He joined the Presidency College in Madras and went on to complete his master's degree. His favorite subjects were mathematics and physics. Like all young men of that time, Sir Venkata Raman had to get a job. He joined the Indian Finance Department. He worked for 10 years in this department. He discovered many things about light. In 1928, Raman's experiments led to the discovery of new information about what happens to rays of light when they pass through water. Today, these rays or bands are known as the Raman lines. He was given the Nobel Prize for his work in physics in 1930. Sir C.V. Raman was a great scientist and a great leader. He showed by his hard work that others too could succeed if they try. He died in 1970 after contributing a lot in the development of the country. Now we have reached to the end of this chapter. So let us revise what we have studied in chapter number 14, The Great Indians. There are so many people in our country who have contributed great things in the different fields of life. Sushruta is called the father of plastic surgery. Charaka described the various stages through which food passes before being fully digested. Tansen was the greatest singer, musician of Akbar's time. He composed Rag Malhar and Rag Deepak. Rabindranath Tagore was a poet, writer, musician, and philosopher. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913 for his book Gitanjali. Kalidas was a great poet and dramatist. The best known of Kalidas' plays is Abhijana Shakuntalam. A great social reformer and poet, Kabir is one of the most respected names in India. He made fun of people who pretended to be religious but who had no real love in their hearts. Ashoka occupies an important place in the history of India. He is regarded as one of the greatest rulers of India. Sir Chandrasekhara Venkata Raman was one of India's great scientists in recent times. He was given the Nobel Prize for his work in physics in 1930. I hope you have understood the chapter properly. Do the reading of the chapter and complete your written work of exercises, question answers and worksheet. Thank you.